What's up guys, Joe from JS Bladecraft. So, Jack Wolf Knives. This is the big bro from Jack Wolf Knives. This is my first go with Jack Wolf, and this doesn't have to be a super long video because there's not really much that has to be said. I mean, these knives, if you look up the specs and you see them work, and you know the materials and how they're made and all that, if you have a little history on the company, these knives really do speak for themselves. And it's actually pretty coincidental that today is June 27th, and Blade Talk with Scab and Joe, we're going to be having Benjamin Belkin, which is the owner and founder of Jack Wolf Knives, on our show. So he's going to talk about his knives, talk about just his, as a visionary, as far as where he's going and why he got into the knife game and what he feels like he is implementing or adding to the knifedom or knife world with these type of slip joints. And he feels like he's kind of filling in a notch that wasn't there, and there was a place for it, and he swooped in and filled that in, and I think he did that pretty nicely with these knives. I did some cutting with it, guys. Now listen, this knife has been a pass around. This knife actually is, the owner of this knife is Thrashers Garage, Brandon. He allowed us, us meaning myself, Scab and Donnie, to kind of play with all of this, his collection, just to get a full feel of how these knives work and the beauty of them. And it's, you really got to kind of have them in hand and see them up close. The imagery is great. You can get an idea from them, but you have to really, feel them in your hand and see how they're made to see how great the craftsmanship of these things are. So special shout out to Brandon to Thrashers Garage. Check him out on his channel. He's a great guy, great community guy. And Brandon, thank you for passing this along my way as well. This is going to come to you pretty soon. Very, very impressed. Now, like I said, this is some cutting with them. I did some simple wood cuts, simple cuts on cordage and rope and things like that. What impressed me about this fact, now the specs of this knife I'm going to get to you real quick, but it's an S90V steel. I mean, it's just some amazing steel and grinds that he has here. We're going to get to all of that. But the amazing thing about this particular steel is the fact that this has been used. This has been used by Donnie in testing. This has been used by Scab in testing, and this probably was cut a little bit from Brandon, and now I'm the fourth person coming in. I don't know if there was anybody in between, but it's still sharp, guys. It's still, it's still pretty damn sharp, where it got through all the materials I needed to cut with it. It's the truth, guys. When you invest in good steel, you're going to get a good edge retention, good performance out of the steel without having to think about sharpening it all the time. And the strength, the durability, the beauty of it is there. It's in this steel, and that's what he chose. He chose to go with highest quality materials possible in making up these knives, and it handled my cutting session, which I didn't need to go crazy with it, really, really well. Whatever I threw at it felt comfortable in the hand, no slippage. The only thing that did happen was I tried to do some push cuts with the spine here, and the spine is really a very sharp 90 degrees, and you could definitely strike a ferro rod in this thing with no problem. I did some push cuts, and I kind of pushed really hard on it, and I kind of cut into my thumb without even knowing it. But no blood on the knife, Brandon. Don't worry about it. Took it off before then. Kind of cut into it. So I wouldn't recommend doing really hefty duty push cuts. I mean, listen, it's a traditional knife. It'll definitely handle really good cutting tasks every day. It's not a very aggressive type of cutter or a camp or anything like that, but it's just such a classy way of carrying a knife. If you like traditional folders, this is definitely the knife you should look at, and the craftsmanship is just amazing. But let me get into some of the specs here, guys. So the handle size is about 3.9 inches. The blade is about 2.6 inches. It's a full hollow grind, a very high quality hollow grind, guys. I mean, just perfection. You have to really see it to understand what I'm talking about. It's a high quality hollow grind that's really kind of made to perfection. It's really that good. Of course, I had told you it's the S90V steel. It's also 6.6 inches overall. It's a perfect little size that fits your hand, snugly. And you can just get your stuff done with it, man. Titanium, full titanium handle and titanium screws. Now, the good thing about this is that this was completely assembled with screws, titanium screws. It can be disassembled, but he gave me, I think, stick around to the show, he gave me an idea of how they put these things together. They kind of assemble them, then they disassemble them, polish them up, then assemble them again. It's an ordeal to put these things together, but there is precision involved in how they put these things together. What I like about the fact about the spine here, guys, you notice how the knife kind of, the width of the spine also matches up with the spacers or with the fillers of the spine of the knife. That is pretty damn amazing. I love how they did that. And that's just a classy, traditional, but just high quality precision type of fit and finish on this thing is pretty damn amazing. Now the carbon fiber on here is not cheap carbon fiber. This is some really good freaking quality carbon fiber, and you see the titanium screws there. You can see the lines and the bolsters and stuff. It's just completely smooth, very comfortable in the hand. What he described it as is it's a state-of-the-art process in making this knife with the top quality materials, but it's also mixed with a handmade process. And the box actually says it right here. It's a modern interpretation of a timeless design, and that's exactly what he's meaning when he wrote down the box in terms of how he makes and approaches these knives. He's got a great OEM. Listen, guys, elephant in the room. They're not made in the States. They're up there in price, but you have to look at it in terms of a quality knife. It's made with quality, made by an artisan that makes it with quality, with precision, with perfection. Regardless of where it's made, it's who makes it and what materials are used to make it. This same knife, I mean, I don't know the exact price of this knife. I think it's in the $300 range. But this same knife, with the process of making this knife and the materials that are in this knife, if this had to be made in the States, you'd be probably spending around $500-600. So that's the difference there. So yes, it's a quality piece, quality precision piece. Then that's exactly what you're paying for, and that's all that really needs to be spoken about with Jack Wolf's knives as far as the product and the end product that you're getting. I had this thing as far as with packaging. Now, when I first saw these knives and how they were packaged, and they're pretty, I mean, the graphics as far as this is the Feel Good knife, and this is the Big Bro. This is the packaging for this one. It's upside down right here. Every canister has its own graphics on it, and these canisters can be used again. You can put whatever you want in them. You can put your screws in them, whatever you want to put in them. They're airtight and they're good canisters, and it's a great collector's piece to kind of line up on your dresser or something like that, because they're all really amazingly freaking good quality, man. There's the Busty Nurse, there's the Two Wolves, the Big Bro. It's just, they're awesome. What kind of took me back when I saw that how they were packaged, you know, as far as everything that's innate, how they're wrapped up. Companies give you great packaging, like as if you go and purchase a katana and they give you like this mahogany wood box with gold latches and a lock with key and stuff like that, and it's polished and it's beautiful, and you open it up and it's like, you know, velvet freaking inner liner. There's not many like that. I'm just kind of just being hypothetical. But if you have like a really nice box or that it comes with on a katana, and then you take the katana out and you use it and you look at it and inspect it and you're like, you know what, this could have been a lot better if they didn't spend all this money on the freaking packaging and they dump the money more into the sword. I'd rather have it seen less on the packaging and more money put into the sword. Not these guys. He gives you good packaging, but the quality of the knife does not suffer with the packaging that he gives you. Now, these are not mahogany wood, they're tin cans, but it's still, you know, the work is there, you know, with the graphics and everything that's in it, the felt wrapping and stuff like that, it's in there. So you're getting great presentation, great packaging, but you're also getting an amazingly precision crafted, high quality knife. So you're not getting shortchanged by getting the packaging. So that's not the case with this at all. So what really, at the end of the day, guys, at the end of this video, what you're investing in when you invest in a Jack Wolf knife, especially these traditional slip joints, is an experience. It's an overall experience of the knife, how it's packaged, how it's presented to you. Make it more like a collector's piece, like that you're really proud to own and proud to carry. And if someone is really looking for top quality pieces in terms of slip joints, I would venture out to say, guys, this is probably one of the finest slip joints in the world that you can buy. I'll venture out and say it. I know I'm going to get killed for it, but I would say one of the, I'm not going to say the most, but one of the finest slip joints that you can buy, especially for the money, in terms of the experience you get from the overall, the packaging, the delivery to you, the knife itself, the materials, the steel, the feel of it, the look of it. These are real deal, guys, and they perform really well. Jack Wolf Knives, very impressed. Ben, great job with these knives. Can't wait to talk to you about them. I'm in love with how they look, how they feel, and the quality of them. And I love, and appreciate when there's quality and there's precision and there's work that's put into it. Much respect to the artisans and the maker of these knives. Great job all around. So that's all I have, you guys. Joe from Jay's Bladecraft. I'll see you in the next sword and knife video. Don't forget, Jack Wolf Knives. Take a look at them if you want the best. Have a good one, guys. Peace out. Ciao.